This is attorney Mark Mandell with the law firm of Fausone and Bohn. I've been practicing criminal defense for over 20 years here in Northville, and I've also been a municipal prosecutor. Today, I just want to focus on looking back in retrospect over the 20 years of practicing as it relates to drunk drivings. What is the number one question people probably ask me? And it may not even be a prospective client coming in that's hired me. It could be a friend that I'm socializing with. Number one question: if I'm pulled over for drunk driving and taken to the police station, should I take the Data Master BAC test? It's the number one question. And I think what's more important to focus on is the consequences if you don't take it. If you take it, administered properly, the score is going to come out and it's going to give you, honestly, generally speaking, a very accurate level of what your blood alcohol level was when you were driving. All right? However, if you don't take that, when I first started practicing law, police officers would have to contact a judge to try to get a search warrant to draw your blood, and it could take an hour to 2 hours, and by the time they take you to the hospital, if the judge signs the search warrant, maybe your blood alcohol level is below the legal limit. I would say for at least the last 17 years, generally, there is always, when you get pulled over in whatever municipality you're at, a judge that's on call. So if you're not going to take the test, immediately a police officer in his car is going to hit the computer, fill out a search warrant, and probably within 5 to 10 minutes, they're going to issue a search warrant to draw your blood. And then they're going to take you to the hospital. And if there's ever even a more accurate test, it's the blood test. And they're going to get your score. Here's the problem. If you refuse to take the Data Master test at the police station, and they in fact have to get a search warrant to draw your blood, regardless of what an attorney can do on the criminal side, failure to take that test is an automatic 1-year suspension of your driving privileges through the Secretary of State. So giving you an example, maybe you got pulled over and I was able to work out operating while impaired, where you normally have a 90-day restricted driver's license. You drive to and from during the course of employment. If you did not take that test, you will have a 1-year suspension. They're going to focus on the 1-year suspension, and it will trump whatever could have been worked out through the criminal division. Now, if it's your first offense and you do refuse to take that test, again, you can expect your license to be suspended for a year. There is an appeal process through the Secretary of State and the Driver's License Appeal Division. But with that said, you could possibly avail yourself of what I'd call one bite of the apple, and that is what's called a hardship appeal. And it only exists for the first time that you refuse on a first offense. All right? But it doesn't matter who you call as an attorney. They're very expensive to do. So while you have your criminal matter going on one hand, you're also now going to have your attorney work through the process of an appeal, which ultimately would have to be heard at the circuit court. So you may be in district court on your criminal drunk driving, but as a result of your failure, if you're to exercise your opportunity for a hardship appeal, you're going to have to prepare certain documentation, substance abuse evaluations, and ultimately file an appeal with a circuit court judge in the county that the incident happened, and there's no guarantee that you'll get it back. Most often now, if you are granted your license back, it is with restrictions, and more often than not, an alcohol ignition interlock for a year. Judges also have the flexibility of requiring you to increase your insurance coverage on your car, limit when and where you drive. So I think the presentation I just gave to you speaks for itself as it relates to whether you should take that Data Master test at the police station. If you go to FB-firm, which is my firm's website, and click on criminal, There's a video of me if you have any questions or want to know a little bit more about my experience, and then a lot of really good information as it relates to the varying degrees of drunk driving. So thank you.